Good morning. Well, I'm going to be doing another drawing today, which means I need to hurry up and um, hit the various buttons to get this to start live streaming. The funny thing is, it starts recording before I live stream. So you have to put up with the whole thing of me pushing buttons on Facebook and trying to cover it and talk at the same time so that you're actually listening to something. And I'm gesturing with my hands, and you're wondering why isn't he typing? It's because Facebook is taking, it's doing a spin wheel right now. And so I need to make this public. Give it a title. So yesterday was Fake Teeth Day. So I'm going to draw some dentures today. Doesn't that sound like fun? And I'm making this go live. And I'm setting up my other Facebook page so I can see it go live there as well as here. You might have noticed I'm getting off to I'm doing this at 9 o'clock rather than 8 o'clock. Just happened out that way. So let's start broadcasting the tablet. Now, yesterday when I did this, the tablet came in and remained in the fixed position. Let's see, share screen, going up to my iPad, hitting the share button. Come on, I'm sharing. There we go. Boom, boom. Let's see, I'm going to quickly make a duplicate of my template. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of this background of my bear swimming. Go to template, type in the day, fake teeth. Rather than typing, I like to just use the speaker command. It's usually guarantees me better text. Okay. Opening up a layer on the bottom. I want to see where my text comes in. So this is, you can see where my live space area is between the two bits of text. Let's see how quickly I can draw this. Want to get the rough shape. Want to make sure I have enough up and down space. I definitely can go a little farther up, so I'm going to grab this top part here. Just move that up farther. Okay. There, that's the groove that the tongue sits in for dentures. I don't know if you've ever actually seen some dentures close up. And I don't know how many of you have spent time actually drawing teeth. But there's basically 7 teeth along one side of your mouth, both the upper and the lower. The first 2 are incisors, which means they look basically like little tombstones. And they just clamp right on top of each other like that. Then you got your eye teeth, or these teeth, which are the ones that tend to look more like fangs. Now your molars in the back are pretty flat, but they have these little bumpy things. Now they might seem flat, but actually, if you were to look at them, these edges here can be very sharp when opened up, which is why you draw little concavities in them. And these teeth, number 4s, are really weird shapes. But that's a lot of detail to put in. Now, there's also the gum line, got little bits of gum that goes between the teeth. You kind of want to draw those to make it look realistic. Now, some people will draw this part of the gum line. Since these are dentures, they have to be concave because they fit basically over your gums. So they gotta have that little bit of a grip there. You want that to show. the illustration. I'm making these look overly realistic, but that's part of the novelty of drawing fake teeth, is how horrifying they are. Now, I've also drawn this section way too thick. I mean, it should be thinner. It should be like more like this. So I'm coming in. Okay, I think I got my blue line, and they look pretty gnarly. So when I come back in and do the actual inking, I gotta decide, am I going to make them look more simple and cartoony, or am I going to go for this overly realistic thing? Get these incisors going. I'm making that tooth a little rounded because I'm trying to make it look less frightening. Most of my other images in the series are non-frightening. I thought about doing something horror themed maybe for a daily calendar, and maybe I'll do that in the future. But I also wanted this first daily calendar to be something that I could just do fast. If I put in, if I did something more horror-ish, I'd probably put a lot more thought into it. I wanted this to be a nice, quick exercise in the morning. Oops. Clean up that edge right there. And guess what I did? Damn it. Pill nose. I was drawing on the wrong layer. Okay, I'm going to start doing what Bill does, and I'm going to start locking my layers. I just locked my blue layer. I'm going up to a black layer. So I'm actually drawing on the right layer this time. Can't believe I did that again. This is why you do something first thing in the morning to work out the kinks. Let's try this again. See how fast I can draw these teeth. One tooth down. The funny thing was, yesterday was false teeth day. And I spent the morning driving my wife to the dentist. Not to have false teeth worked on, but she had a filling. And on the way home, we stopped by an Asian market called Wajimaya, picked up our lunch, My lunch was roasted eel. And yes, I did have roasted eel a couple weeks ago. That's when my wife went in for her cleaning. That's when they told her, oh, yes, we do need you to come back for take care of this filling. And she had pointed out a spot on her gum line and says, I'm really worried about this spot on my gum line. It doesn't look right. What do you guys think? They said, no, that's fine. And then this time they said, you know what? We took another look at your x-rays after you mentioned that gum line. And we think we need to do a couple more fillings there. So that's what you get for pointing out something in your mouth. I'm wondering if the people who normally watch me draw would signed on at 8 o'clock this morning, and they went, "Oh, Mark's not here at 8. He normally draws. Well, I better go and do all my morning chores since I can't watch him." I'm going to draw this middle line. You might be wondering, how is it that he can draw these dentures so fast? Oh, this is wonderful. My friend Wade told me uh, that the image I drew, which was of their pet dog, was well received by his partner. That's great. So I'm going to be able to show this. I've been showing off that dog illustration on a few videos, but now I can share it on my Facebook and on my Instagram page. I'm really happy about that. I'm going to take a moment to respond back to him. There, responded back to him. That's nice. Okay, almost done with the black lines. I don't know why, but I have a Phil Collins tune stuck inside my head. And I think it's because somebody said to me earlier, Phil Collins, and that just mentally forced a lot of music to pop into my head. Okay, so there's the black line of the teeth. And now what I'm going to do is start coloring. Going to go in and first thing I'm going to do is put in some fills, some red colors, selecting from my palette And I'm going to put the white and the reds on separate layers. Filling in the teeth with white. And I'm trying to decide if I want to make those dentures less red and more pink. So I'm going to take a quick look at my palette and decide, you know what? I'm going to go with this pink layer, this pink color. Oh yeah, that's much better. That's much better looking. Okay, still creepy as all get out. And I'm going to hide both the white and the pink for now. And I'm going to go in and select this dark blue color that I've been using for shading. So I go in first with it really dark, but what I plan to do with it is to knock it back about 30%, like so. I keep it dark to begin with, so I can see I don't lose track of where I draw because it's so dark. I was talking with my friend Sam Day yesterday. We were talking about gags for various comic strips. And he has to work with an editor, and often he and his editor or his political cartoon don't see completely eye to eye. But that's what editors are for. Every one of my clients is an editor in some way. And my whole goal is to listen to them enough so that when I draw something, I'm happy with it and they're happy with it. We all want that. But there are some people in life there, and I've had a fair amount of these clients. They are just not happy unless they can do something on the project as well. They want to have their touch, which I don't understand. You know, it took me a long time to understand because the whole reason the project exists is because they're asking for it to come in, for you to come in and do it. So their touch is already all over it. It wouldn't have happened without you. I'm happy to say that most of the time, my clients are very happy with my work. Oh, but that reminds me, I do need to send an invoice to another client. It took a little while getting some revisions back to me. And so I did the revisions and sent them out. And I was waiting to hear confirmation back. And that was a week ago. So I'm assuming by the lack of confirmation that they got the files is in self confirmation. I also need to check my email. I just read Bill's comment on my Facebook, but he didn't say anything about my messing up and drawing on the wrong layers. So now when I add back in the colors, you'll see these purples, and then I go in to this color and I knock it down. And it's working pretty well, but you know what? I'm not happy with that particular color this time around. I think what I'm going to do is maybe change the color of that. Now, there's a couple of ways I can change that color. I can either go into a settings and alter it. Well, first thing I'll do is I'm going to go into my layer, adjust the opacity, knock that down. Now I'm going to go into another command that changes hue and saturation. And I'm going to move, see how the color's changing a little bit? I want to see if I can get this to change like that. Let's see. There we go. That's more what I want. Good. That's good. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the blue, but I'm going to do it on the between the teeth. Give the teeth a little bit of edge. Make sure that I'm on a different layer for that. First thing I'm going to do is have a little bit of an overbite on the teeth. I'm drawing this thick to begin with, and then I'm coming back in with this erasing tool. And making it a little sharper. Now, again, this color looks a little heavy-handed right now, but I'm imagining what the color will look like when the image is done, when the next stage occurs. A lot of artists think this way. They have to think in layers of applying one color over another color over another color and slowly shifting it around. It's a way of giving depth to an image. It's not an easy way to think because you want that little spot to be the perfect color straight off, which is why you'll see, when I was a kid, I would just draw with a crayon and draw it in so solid, that color. I just wanted that color to be there so hard. Okay, that's looking really good. I'm going to go in and give it a cool background. I'm in the process of establishing a layer. I'm double checking to make sure that I have my various controls off. Oh, what I want to do is I want to be able to move those dentures around. So I'm going to quickly take a moment and put all these drawings. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm putting them all in a group so that when I select the group like this, I can move the dentures around on their own. I'm now selecting a background color. Everything's warm in the foreground. It's nice and pink. So I want to choose a cool background color, which means either green or blue. I'll try this blue. And I like that blue. That blue is working well with these teeth because there's a little bit of that blue in. Oh, look at that. Somehow that one layer, one little spot got messed on the tooth. Now this is interesting. You guys are seeing the final image, but you're not seeing the little tiny tweaks I'm doing going in and out. So I am once again selecting the entire image and just nudging it around for a final placement. And there we go. That's my final, that's fake teeth day. I'm going to stop sharing. And that was yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed me drawing dentures. And who knows what I'll be drawing tomorrow. Check in. And it's been fun talking to you. Where's that button? Here we go. Bye now.